All right, everyone, we will go ahead and get started. We'd like to welcome Jose Ballester to the interview room here at the WM Phoenix Open. Jose, playing on a sponsor exemption this week, senior at Arizona State. How would you characterize the experience of just being out here at this event as a competitor for the first couple of days as a practice round?
I mean, it's awesome. I remember being here supporting Preston in his freshman year, and I saw how wild it is outside. Was also here my sophomore year, and having the opportunity to live that experience in my final season at ASU is going to be really cool.
And just talk a little about your number 2 in the PGA Tour University ranking. How much is that on your mind in terms of kind of positioning yourself, trying to go for that number 1 spot here as we get toward the end of the collegiate season?
Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's in my mind. I didn't start that well at the beginning of the year. I think I was 9th, but played good in the fall and kind of moved myself to the top of the rankings. But I've checked the rankings, and it's going to be really tight this year. So obviously, this is a good opportunity to put myself on the first spot and see how I do in the next tournaments. But I know that probably till postseason, I'm not really sure where I'm going to be standing. So just trying to take every opportunity and try to do as good as I can so I can be at the top.
Perfect. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and open up for questions. If you have a question for Jose, just go ahead and raise your hand, and we will have a microphone passed all over to you. Good. Right here? Yep.
Hey, Jordan Spurgeon with Sports 360 AZ. So you mentioned the time watching Preston when he was here. What do you want to tell your teammates about how they can support you or have a good time while they're watching you this week?
Well, the boys are in Hawaii right now, so I know they're going to be having fun over there. I don't know. I just told a few guys on the team that the only thing that they can do to support me is to bring some of those Hawaii juices they have over there. That's the thing that I miss the most from that trip. And unfortunately, they're not going to be here to support me, but hopefully they'll be watching on TV.
Real quick for me, have you had a chance to, what's the experience out at 16, getting to hit that shot? Have you had the chance to be out there yet, and what are you kind of anticipating come tomorrow?
That's a good one. Played it Monday and Tuesday. Both of days probably it was at the 10th percent of its capacity, and it already felt pretty shocking. So I kind of really imagine how it's going to be. I would say more on Friday because I'm playing last off tomorrow. So I would think that maybe there's not going to be that much people tomorrow when I reach 16. But Friday's going to be pretty packed. So I don't know, just let the adrenaline hit me a little bit and see how I do.
We have one here in the back.
Hi, Jose. Both your parents are Olympians. What sort of conversations have you had with them leading up to this week?
Not much, honestly. My dad saw me yesterday with this thing on my hand, and he kind of panicked, hey, is your wrist okay? Are you doing good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. So they've always been super supportive. The good thing about having Olympian athletes as your parents is that they really know how hard it is to make it to the top, and they've always been very strict with me growing up during practices, but they know how hard it is outside to compete and to actually do good. So, yeah, I know they're going to be rooting for me. They're probably going to be nervous on the TV since they're not here. But, I mean, the only thing I can say is that I wish they were here because it's going to be a really cool moment for me.
Okay, we're just going to go right here in the front.
Hey, Jose. Chatted with you after your big win last August, and you told me how you have played with Jon Rahm before, but you've not had the chance to play with Phil Mickelson. Have you had the chance to meet and play with Phil yet? And have you played with Rahm since then?
Unfortunately, not yet, but I was able to play with John, I think, like a week after I won. When I got back to school, he actually played a few rounds with us in some of the qualifyings, and it was kind of shocking because I played really, really bad. I hadn't touched the club in like 10, 12 days after that victory at the Am, and I told him, I'm like, man, I promised that I played better to win. I mean, it was not like this, so it was kind of funny, but he told me that it was more normal, right, after a big win to kind of lose your game a little bit with all the media and all the other things that come with it. So it was cool to share also that moment with John.
And then just one more for me. What do you hope to accomplish this week?
First of all, I'd like to show myself that I'm able to compete among the best players in the world. I had the opportunity to play at the Open Championship 2023. I think I did a good job, and not playing good, I ended up missing the cut by 1-2 strokes. and I felt that I didn't even play good. So this year, almost like 18 months after, I feel like my game has become better. I've matured as a golfer and as a person. So just show it to myself. It's gonna be tough with all the crowd and all the people out there, but I always say the same. I play for myself, and hopefully I can demonstrate it that I'm able to belong to this group.
All right, we should have one from MK in the back there.
PGA Tour University has established itself the last 2 years pretty phenomenally. How has it become a motivator for college golfers, but for you specifically?
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, the best thing that they're doing is that they're promoting college. They're promoting the guys like me to stay 4 years, which maybe you didn't see that many players before, especially the top ones when they were trying to pursue the professional career. So having that, those rankings that can provide you with a PGA Tour card for the first spot, or with Corn Ferry, which is also pretty good. It's a way for us to stay hungrier in our last 2 years, and knowing that if we do really good, we're going to have an easy access to the tour.
And do you know any of the other players like Ludberg, Oberg, that have come and been extremely successful through it?
Mm-hmm. I had the chance to play with Ludwig my sophomore year before he even turned professional, and I actually saw Thor Bjorsen like an hour ago live in the club, so it was good to talk with him for a little bit, and he told me that he's rooting for me also. Hopefully getting that PGA Tour card at the end of the year. So it's gonna be really exciting and really cool.
All right, Jose, thanks for the time, and best of luck this week.
Thank you, guys.